all going on? Larry, good morning. Good morning, everyone. Larry, thank you very, very much for the introduction, and let me jump very quickly to our two great coaches, Andy Talley and Steve Adazio. Can we please give them a big round of applause? Coaches, great to see you again. We've got our Spirit Squads, and of course, we also want to thank Dunkin' Donuts, who is the lead sponsor. Give it up for Spirit Squads, and America runs on Dunkin'. Well, the weather seems to be cooperating with us, cooling down just a little bit. Sports fans, of course, in Philadelphia are thinking about football and college rivalries and tailgating and friendships that are made and renewed on game day. It's my pleasure to be here, as I mentioned, with our two great coaches to talk about the 4th annual Mayor's Cup game between the Owls of Temple University and the Wildcats of Villanova University. We're looking forward to another exciting game, as was mentioned, Friday, August 31st at 7 p.m., the one, the only, the Lincoln Financial Field. Sports fans throughout the entire Philadelphia and Delaware Valley region, this is a great chance for you to participate in this family-oriented event in one of America's most beautiful football stadiums. In the inaugural game, Villanova won 27-24 with a field goal in the last few minutes of play. Second game was decided again in the final few minutes as Temple won that game with actually the last play of the game. Last year, however, Coach Adazio won in his Temple debut in an impressive fashion and gave the Owls a 2-1 lead in this exciting series. And so we'll see how Coach Talley and the great folks of Villanova respond this year. The one thing I can tell you is regardless of who wins any of these games, both programs can look forward to the upcoming season with great excitement. And the true winners, of course, are Philadelphians in the region and throughout, who are big supporters of two of the finest of our 101 universities in the tri-state area, Temple University and Villanova. Returning starting quarterback in last year's New Mexico Bowl offensive, you need to calm yourself down. Offensive MVP, Matt Brown, is ready to lead the Temple Owls as they prepare for their first season in the Big East Conference since 2004. Temple's also finishing up a $10 million expansion to the school's football complex. This just goes to show you how committed their coach and the entire Temple University family is to continuing to lead the charge of these revitalized Temple Owls. Villanova is looking to rebound from last year's performance, and early indications from training camp have been very strong. Defensive lineman Antoine Lewis has been named to the Collegiate Athletic Association's preseason all-conference team, and Coach Talley's squad has the capability to become a defensive powerhouse in the CAA, especially with returning Defensive Rookie of the Year, Dillian Lucas. For the new freshmen who go to Temple and Villanova, and those who grew up unaccustomed to Philadelphia sports, this is going to be their first exposure to Philadelphia football. And there's really nothing like sports in Philadelphia. When you're the leader of the 5th largest city in America, but also the sports capital of the United States of America, you know that you're going to have some really great fun. And so, 4th annual Mayor's Cup will be a major sporting event tail end of this summer. Come on out and enjoy a good time, a good game, good family fun, and two great universities, Temple University, Villanova University. Let's give it up for our two schools, our two great coaches, wonderful programs. We look forward to a great game. See you out there in a couple weeks on Friday. Bye-bye. Very enthusiastic. Much calmer.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Entering his 28th season at Villanova and 33rd as a college football coach, Andy Talley owns 218 career wins. That ranks 5th on the NCAA Football Championship subdivision list. 9 of his teams have earned NCAA berths, with his 2009 Wildcats winning the national championship. His 2012 Villanova squad is a veteran team that returns 20 starters and 32 letter winners. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Andy Talley, Villanova head coach.
Thank you, Larry. Great to be here again, and of course, we're very, very excited at Villanova to have the opportunity to play Temple again in the Mayor's Cup and also at the Link. As the mayor mentioned, the games have been extremely close, and even if you go back to my tenure here at Villanova in 2002, we won the game in double overtime. So this is actually the 5th time that we've had a chance to play. And 3 of the 4 games have been won on the last play of the game. I'm hoping, keeping my fingers crossed, that we're good enough to get Temple into the 4th quarter and have the same opportunity for one or the other to possibly win on the last play of the game. But it's very exciting, and the rivalry has been great. I do feel bad that this is the last game in our series because it has been a great experience, I think, for both teams and the city of Philadelphia. And I think besides the Penn State attendance game with Temple last year, our Villanova-Temple game was the 2nd largest crowd for Temple, and obviously the largest crowd for Villanova. So it's been an absolute fantastic opportunity, and it's been great to compete against Coach Adazio's team. They're everything that he has wanted them to be. Temple tough, they get after it, and they play really spirited football. So we know that it'll be a great indicator for the kind of season that we're going to have. We have a modest team this year, even though we do have 17 starters back. We still are a fairly young team, but we think we're going to grow as the season goes on. Our quarterback, Chris Poloni, is a sophomore, and he's learning still how to play. And I think if he steps up and plays the way he's capable of, we can be competitive. So we're very excited to be here today. Thanks for attending, and this is just a wonderful experience for all of us. We appreciate it, and thanks for having Villanova a part of it. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach Talley. In his first year at Temple University in 2011, Steve Adazio set a school record for wins by a first-year coach at the school and leading the Owls to a 9-4 record and the program's first bowl win in over 30 years, a 37-15 victory over Wyoming in the Gildan, New Mexico Bowl. His Temple squad returns 9 stars and 36 lettermen from that team as it enters its first season of Big East competition since 2004. Ladies and gentlemen, Steve Adazio, head football coach at Temple University.
Thanks, Larry. We're awful excited to be able to play this game a week from Friday. I just think this is terrific for Philadelphia. As Mayor said, Philadelphia is the greatest sports city in the country. And for us to be a part of being a model for that sports city, playing this game is critically important. I love rivalries. I think that's really important in college football. Rivalries are established for a lot of reasons. One of them is proximity and the ability for 2 Philadelphia teams to come together. And as Coach Talley pointed out, one of the better crowds of the year is the Villanova-Temple crowd. And that's something that I think is really important to the football culture here in the city. And this is a great city, a city that is growing every year, and a city that's just vibrant and exciting to be around, and the sports culture is exciting, and we want to continue to be a part of that. And certainly Villanova and Temple, that game is a game that we'd love to see continued. In terms of this season, I think the shoe's a little on the other foot here. You know, Coach Talley's team last year was a young team, a talented team, but a young team. And we were a veteran team. And now Coach Talley's coming back with some veterans, some guys that have played a lot of football, and we're really returning 9 starters. We're pretty young. We lack a little bit of depth right now, but we're certainly excited for the contest and looking forward to the game. We have a lot of respect for Villanova. You just heard the series, what's happened here year in and year out, and we know that this team this year that we're going to play is going to be extremely talented and capable of really striking offensively at any moment. And we just really know we're going to be in the deep end of the pool. We have to come out here as a young team, play as hard as we can possibly play. But this is going to be a great football game. And it's going to be a great football game for the fans and for the city of Philadelphia, of which we're really excited. We're returning a couple of good players, obviously. With Chris Coyer, our quarterback, is a tremendous player. He's really feeling more comfortable as the leader, as the quarterback of our football team. We've got two extremely talented. We actually have more than that, but we have two very talented running backs. Matt Brown and Montel Harris will be running that ball. They're very, very talented. So with our quarterbacks, our tailbacks, we have a young offensive line. We have a great tight end in Cody Booth. On defense, we really feel like we have some strong interior players, and Shaheed Paul Hill and Kamal Johnson, John Yabodi and Sean Daniels on the edge, and in the defensive secondary, we've got some experience, and Justin Gilday, Vaughn Caraway, Zamel Johnson. So it's exciting, it's fun, it's football time. This is the time of year everybody gets excited to me. I don't know what else goes on this time of year except football. And I can't wait for it to start. Like you see all the previews, you see everything happening, and can't wait to get going. A week from Friday, see everybody there, 7 o'clock, great night, great venue, the link, and go Owls. Thank you.